I'd like to start by thanking our fans for coming out. Obviously, this was a huge night for our program. The first real quote-unquote game here in Fiserv. Seeing a full building in a game that traditionally is not full was something that my kids and our staff really appreciated. And I thought our students did a great job too. And so hopefully we can make that the tradition as we enter in this new era of being here at Fiserv.
Coach, you guys didn't shoot well from on three-pointers. I think everyone expects that to get better, and it might have been a problem last season, but what does it say about this year's team that you guys could kind of overcome that and still put together a pretty good offensive day?
Well, the story of the game was our defense, and we haven't won a ton of games in the past on the defensive end. And on a night where our offense wasn't as good as it's going to be, our defense was very sound throughout 40 minutes of basketball. And so that was the story of the game. I thought my staff did a great job of having a really good game plan. I thought our scout team did an amazing job of preparing our team for what UMBC's offense would look like. And then obviously it comes down to the kids executing it. And our kids executed it. And they're not an easy team to play against. They really spread the floor. Their two best shooters are their 4-man and 5-man. And so it's very untraditional. And it forces you, because they move bodies, they move the ball, they have multiple pick and rolls, to be very connected and to have great communication. And I thought, by and large, our group did that. And so I feel good about our defensive play.
Coach, Thiele played a big role in that. Were you expecting to play him that much, and are you going to lean on him for that shot blocking? Obviously, Bailey blocked some shots too, but how big a role can Thiele play in helping your defense really improve?
The strength of our team is our team, and we have a group of guys who on any given night can be the spark plug and catalyst for our team playing at a higher level. Tonight that was Thiele. I thought he gave us an incredible spark off the bench, and to play just over 20 minutes and to get a double-double, to not only be a presence around the rim with his shot blocking, but a lot of the times he was away from the basket having to guard shooting fives or on switches guards, and he handled those situations really well. So that's the type of effort we need. Theo's a starter, and Joey Hauser's a starter, and Jamal Cain's a starter. I don't want to get into that. We have a group of guys who have committed to one mission, and that's for Marquette to win. I don't know who it's going to be on any given night, but we need all of our guys with the egos of I'm important, I'm valuable, and I'll be ready to do whatever it takes for our team to win. That's the mindset I think our kids have, and we've talked about it a lot. And it's important that we continue to have that mindset now as we're here in real action. And there'll be more voices, there'll be more opinions, there'll be people in the stands. And so we have to stay committed to the mission, which is Marquette winning. And we have to continue to understand that the strength of our team is our team.
Coach, maybe building off that, not a good shooting night for Marcus, but he was able to contribute in other ways too. And what kind of tone?
Marcus had 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 turnovers, and I thought he played a really good floor game. I'm not concerned about Marcus's shooting. Look, for our team, we have 2 guys that have done it at a real high level in college basketball, and that's Marcus and Sam. And those guys need to be aggressive. And so they're going to make shots, and they need to be aggressive. They've delivered in crunch time moments. We are trying to build a team, and integrate a lot of new faces with some old faces. But the two faces that have done it and have done it at a high level are those two kids. And they need to have an aggressive mentality. And so I'm not concerned about the 2 for 12. He'll make shots. Also, too, like, we haven't played a lot in this arena. And so there's a comfort level that we'll get to. What I do like are the 7 assists. What I do like is that in handling the ball majority of the time, he only had 2 turnovers. He had 8 defensive rebounds. It's pretty darn good. And the shooting will come along.
And then you haven't necessarily always had that depth at the post, but not playing Matt Held until the last minute, was that just a matter of Thiele having his game on, or was it something else?
Yeah, at the center position right now, there's not a ton of separation. And so you got to go with the guy who's playing the best. And so a lot of things go into why a guy's on the court or not on the court. Thiele was playing the best. They also had lineups out there at times when they had 5 guards. And so maybe the best way for us to defend that was to put 5 guys who could switch. And that's when you saw Joey at the 5. Now, look, if you look at our schedule, we're not going to play teams that their 2 best shooters are their 4s and 5s. So Matt Helt and whoever will play. I love Matt Helt. Matt Helt's a team-first guy. Matt Helt was as happy as anybody in the locker room. He'll do whatever it takes for our team to win. And today it was to play 2 minutes. The next game it may be 32 minutes. And, again, that's what it goes back to. That's the mindset our kids have. That's the message they're hear from us all the time. The strength of our team is our team. Everybody has to be ready. Everybody's important. At any given moment, in any given game, a guy can be the catalyst, whether he started, whether he's played a lot in the game before, or whether he's coming off the bench. If we embrace that and our community embraces that, we have a chance to be a really good basketball team. If we're ruined by those shallow type things, then we won't be as good as we're capable of being.
Coach, when you looked at the numbers from last season, the defensive numbers weren't pretty. You're way down the list, 300-something in field goal percentage against. I mean, was that something you guys talked from the beginning, said, this isn't going to happen again? Or is there numbers that you want that you've talked about with the players, say, we're going to have a field goal percentage, against that's going to be 42%, not 48%? Is that something that's been from the very beginning you guys have talked about this year?
Obviously, I mean, our team knows that the greatest room for growth in our program is on the defensive end. And so that's something that our guys have talked about. We've talked about, we've committed to try to be better. Certainly today we were better. We still have room to grow on the defensive end. We have room to grow in every area. And this team has a lot of good pieces, but we're just in the beginning stages of an evolution. And so I love the defensive numbers. We need to stay committed to being committed on the defensive end and continue to get better in all areas. So, yeah, our guys are plainly aware that defense is the area we have most room for growth. I thought we made a good first step. Now it's over. Now we got to get better. We got to continue to get better at that end.
And then Ike's been out a couple of games with a back injury. What's the latest with his back?
Ike's out indefinitely with a back injury. And so I don't have any details in terms of timetable for return. My heart aches for him because he's struggled with some back problems now for 2 straight years. And he's a wonderful young man who would do anything to be out there with his team. His body is not allowing him to do that at this point.